Hello, my name is Stephanie Kane, and we're doing another 45-minute flow. So we're going to take this time to disconnect and reconnect with the body. So coming into that child's pose, your toes are touching, your knees are out to the side, keeping your pelvis tucked under, crawling those palms out in front of you. And it is the practice of once your forehead comes down to the mat, nothing else matters. Taking in a deep inhale as a community, feeling your bellies rise. And then sigh all of that breath out loud your mouth, let go. Taking in another deep inhale. And again, sigh all of that breath out loud your mouth. Let go. Locking down your throat. Starting that ujjayi breath, that victorious breath. You take that deep inhale through your nose. And then exhale through your nose. Find the rhythm and the pattern of your ujjayi breath. Maybe locking down the rest of your body, your pelvic floor, the Kegel muscle. Drawing your floating rib cage upwards so it's like you're doing a crunch on the inside, activating that core. All of that awareness is the inside, paying attention to your body and the noise it creates. This is a date with yourself, taking 3 more breaths here in your child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. We inhale, igniting through your palms, coming up, walking them towards your torso, curling those toes, bringing those knees together, drawing your seat to your feet, coming all the way up, stretching out the bottom of our feet, taking those fingertips down to your mat. Inhale, rising up. And then exhale your palms into your heart center, closing your eyes here. Just take that moment to set your intention for your practice, whatever brings you to your mat. You keep that in mind. Just honor your body. Taking those palms to your forehead to seal in your practice. And then back down to your heart center. On your next inhale, blinking those eyes open. Taking those palms, clasping them behind your back. Rolling your shoulders. And then exhale, slowly forward fold, getting that forehead down to your mat. And then drawing your palms up as far as your body will allow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale mindfully and slowly, coming back up. And then exhale, releasing those palms. Drawing yourself up onto those knees, taking your knees hip width apart. Inhale, taking that right leg out to the side, drawing that left palm up to the sky, right palm is on your leg. And on that exhale, slowly coming into your lateral stretch. So your pose is not to look like mine, it is to feel like yours. So only go as far as your body will allow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale slowly, taking that left palm up to the sky, followed by your right. Releasing that left palm to your side. Coming into your lateral stretch on this side. Reach for those right fingertips. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale slowly, mindfully taking those palms back up to the sky, reaching to those fingertips, and on that exhale, taking your palms back into your heart center, releasing that right knee back underneath your hip. Inhale, taking that left leg out to your side, rising that right palm up to the sky, releasing that left palm onto your left leg, and then on your exhale, come to your side bend, get that lateral stretch. Only go as far as your body will allow. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One last deep inhale, and exhale. Inhale mindfully, taking that right palm up the sky, followed by your right, releasing that right palm on your right side onto the mat, reaching to those left fingertips. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One last deep inhale, and exhale. We inhale mindfully, coming back up, reaching to your fingertips, taking the palms up to the sky, releasing that left knee back underneath your hip. And then exhale those palms into your heart center. Coming into a back bend, we're going to do a camel, or if I have scoliosis, I'm very mindful with my back bend, so you can take your palms, release them onto your lower back, your spine, and then draw your elbows in. Or you can come into a camel. On that next inhale, rolling those shoulders back, you can take that right palm to your right heel. This is your practice. You do what feels good to your spine. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, mindfully come back up. And exhale. We're going to crawl out to that tabletop, preparing for those cow cats. Slacking your shoulders over your wrists, knees under your hips. You are not in a hurry. Move with your breath. You inhale, round out your stomach, take that gaze up to the sky. And then on that exhale, come into your cat, taking your spine in the opposite direction. Tuck your pelvis under, arch your back. Inhale into your cow. And exhale into that cat. We have two more cow cats. It's your breath to movement, not even my cues. Inhaling into your cow and exhaling into that cat. One more time. And exhale. Inhaling into that tabletop. And exhale. Inhale, take that right palm up the sky, reaching through your fingertips. And then on that exhale, with that same force, reaching to those right fingertips, coming down onto that right shoulder, threading your needle. Releasing that left palm up to the top of your mat, so make sure your hips didn't go to that left side. They're in the center, right where they're supposed to. Have control over that, igniting those bonds. Working on our binds tonight, taking two more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One at last, deep inhale. And exhale. I invite you to take a bind here. On your next inhale, we're going to rotate, releasing that left arm over our spine, reaching for that right thigh. If you do not make that contact, that's okay. You just have the energy reaching through your fingertips. Opening up that chest and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Taking in two more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, releasing that left palm back to the top of your mat. Exhale. Inhale, sliding that right palm gaze back up to the sky, making sure that left comes underneath your left shoulder. Reaching through those right fingertips, and then exhale, placing them down onto your mat, coming into that tabletop. Inhale, that left palm gaze up the sky, twist, reach. And then exhale, coming down onto that left shoulder. Again, being mindful your hips didn't go to the right, they're in the center. Releasing that right palm at the top of your mat. Lengthening through that right arm. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, releasing that right palm, rotating it over your spine, creating that bind. Trying to reach for that left thigh. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Two more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, releasing that bind, taking that right palm back to the top of your mat. And exhale. Inhale, sliding that left palm gaze back up to the sky. Reach to your fingertips. And then exhale, placing that palm back onto your mat. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly lower ourselves down to that mat, preparing for that baby cobra. Keeping your palms by your chest. On that next inhale, rise into your baby cobra, not pushing into those palms, 10% of that weight. And then exhale with your breath back down to your mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back down to your mat. One more time, inhale, rise, baby cobra. Exhale, back down to your mat. Inhale to that full cobra, push into those palms, rounding out your spine with your shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, back down to your mat. On your next inhale, come to that cobra again, into your upward facing dog, pulling yourself all the way through, coming up on those toenail beds, rounding out your spine, getting your shoulders away from your ears. And on that exhale, we're going to roll over our toes, coming to our downward dog. Try to melt your heels to the mat, that gaze in between your legs. On that next inhale, bend your right knee, straighten that left leg, take that left hip all the way to the back of the room. And then exhale, opposite side. Reminding yourself you're not in a hurry and having that patience to move your body with that breath. And yes, you are worth the effort. On that next inhale, bringing that downward dog to still fully push you back into your downward dog. On that next inhale, walk those palms back towards your feet, preparing for that ragdoll. You're new to yoga and forward folding. You're fine here. You don't have to come into a ragdoll. You stop when your body tells you to stop, hinging from your waist, releasing the crown of your head to the earth. Opposite palms to your elbows. Inhale, swaying, not throwing your body around, mindfully moving your body. And just taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Bringing that ragdoll to still. Release those palms to your mat. Walk back out into that downward dog and fully push back into your downward dog. On your next inhale, we're going to roll into our high plank. Just rolling over those toes, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, coming to your high plank. If you need to, honoring your body would be dropping down to your knees. Find your high plank. You can stay here. Maybe on that next inhale, we rise up that left leg and take out that right palm, and then exhale back down to your mat. Inhale, right leg, left palm, back down to your mat. Opposite side, inhale, rise. And then exhale, back down to your mat. Inhale, opposite sides, rise. And then exhale, back down to your mat. One more time on each side. You have this. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, back down to your mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back down to your mat. Inhale, and exhale. Take one last deep inhale here. And then exhale, push back into your downward dog. Inhale, and exhale. On your next inhale, tiptoe to the top of your mat. Bringing your feet hip width apart. Grabbing those palms to your mat if that's available to your fingertips. On that next inhale, taking that right leg back. Flexing through that foot. And then exhale, take it out to the side. Inhale, back down to your mat. Exhale. Inhale that left leg back. Push to that heel. And then exhale, taking it out to the side. Inhale, back down to your mat. Exhale. Inhale, pushing through that right leg all the way back. Exhale, out to the side. And inhale, back down to your mat. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, back down to your mat. And then exhale. On your next inhale, lift up those toes, finding the 3 points of contact with your feet in the mat. You can find your foundation. You can heel toe your feet together. That is for basic anatomy. None of us are basic. The basic is toes touching, heels slightly apart. You find your foundation, lifting up those toes, finding the big toe, the pinky toe mound, and the heel toe mound in contact, and it causes that natural arch that you're supposed to have in the foot. On that next inhale, come to your half lift, releasing those toes in your mat, lifting through the spine, gaze out in front of you. Your fingertips are on that mat or on your shins, taking you one last deep inhale in your half lift. And then exhale, come into your forward fold, your Uttanasana. Bend your knees if you need. Get the crown of your head pointed toward the earth. And take those breaths. Inhale. And exhale. You can even take your palms and wrap them behind your legs. Come into your forward fold just a little bit more. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Slowly. Rolling up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Coming into your Tadasana. I'm shrugging those shoulders and untucking that chin last. Inhale, rising those palms up to the sky. And then exhale, go to your right side, keeping your hip right there. You're just getting your lateral stretch on. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rise into your center. And then exhale, opposite side. Only going as far as your body will allow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale back into your heart center. And then exhale, palms to your heart center, forward fold, coming into your Uttanasana. Inhale into that half lift. And then exhale, forward fold, planting those palms in the mat. Inhale, step that right foot back to your high plank, followed by your left. Find your high plank. You drop to your knees if you need. On that next inhale, come into your cobra or your upward facing dog. And then exhale into that downward facing dog. Push fully back into that downward dog. On your next inhale, take that right foot up to the top of your mat, come to that low lunge. Stack that knee over that ankle if you need. Drop your back knee. Inhale, rising, taking those palms to your heart center. And then exhale, twist to your right side, lead with your right shoulder and elbow. Only going as far as your body will allow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale back into your heart center. Releasing those palms back to your mat and fully push it back into your downward dog. Breathe. And exhale. Inhale that right foot up to the top of your mat. Come into your low lunge. Again, drop that right knee if you need. Inhale, rising, taking those palms into your heart center. And then exhale, twisting from your waist, leading with that left shoulder and elbow. Again, only going as far as your body will allow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to your heart center. Releasing those palms on your mat. Pushing back into your downward dog. Fully push back into that downward dog. And breathe. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Right foot to the top of your mat. Warrior 1. You take that right foot to the top of your mat. The back foot goes at that angle, aligning your heels. Coming up, finding your warrior 1. Again, it's not to look like mine. It is to feel like yours. Rounding that back foot into your mat. Trying to square those hips to the top of your mat. Feel your warrior 1. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And then exhale into your warrior 2. Heart rolling that left palm underneath. Reaching to those fingertips, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, reverse warrior, flipping that right palm, coming all the way back. Exhale into that warrior 2. Extended side angle, inhale, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, come into your extended side angle, releasing that right palm on the inside of that right foot. If that doesn't work, you can always leave that elbow onto that knee. Trying to take those palm, that right left palm to the sky, and take those breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Going for that bind, we're going to inhale, rotate that left palm and drape it over your spine. Taking that gaze down to your mat. Reaching underneath with that right palm, trying to grab that left, not changing your foundation and not forcing anything. If that doesn't work, leave that palm into your mat and just find your bind here. Taking 2 more breaths in your bound extended side angle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We inhale, release, going for revolved extended side angle, placing that left palm on the inside of that right foot. And then exhale, twisting your waist, taking that right palm and gaze up the sky. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, taking that palm down to your mat, frame that foot, and simply exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, flip that right palm, coming all the way back. Exhale back into your warrior 2. Trikonasana. Inhale, straighten that front leg, lift up your toes, protect your knee, have a bend in your knee. If you have an injury, pay attention to your body and how you're moving it. Inhale, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, just hinging from your waist. So that form, your foundation. Being mindful how you're moving your body. And here, again, this pose is to be how it feels to you. It doesn't look like mine. Everybody's body is different. So again, you have that back pinky toe mountain line. Plug into your mat, reaching to those left fingertips. Coming into your Trikonasana. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Down Trikonasana. Inhale. Just rotate that left arm, drape it over your spine. Taking that gaze down to your mat. Not changing your foundation. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you reach under with that right palm, trying to grab that left. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, revolve Trikonasana. So releasing that bind, twisting from your waist, taking that left palm inside that right foot, and then taking that right palm gaze up the sky. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, reaching through those right fingertips, placing them down on your mat, framing that foot. And exhale. Inhale, coming up off that back foot out of that angle and coming into your standing split. So standing split, stay out of your head. Who cares if you get a torso thigh connection? Who cares how far this back leg comes up? It is your standing split. Trying to release the crown, the top of your head to that earth. And then drawing that leg up. Taking in 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale into your half lift, releasing that left leg to the top of your mat. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step that left leg back into your high plank, followed by your right. And just take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. On that next inhale, come into your cobra or your upward facing dog. And then exhale into that downward facing dog. Fully push back into that downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale that left foot, top of your mat, warrior 1, and find your warrior 1. Align your body, your heels coming up. Not forcing those hips to the top of your mat. You're using muscles we don't normally use, especially if you're new to yoga. Ground that pinky toe mound line in. Try to get those hips squared at the top of the mat's forward facing pose. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale. And then exhale into your warrior 2, cartwheeling that right palm down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, reaching to those fingertips on that next inhale, reverse warrior, flipping that left palm, coming all the way back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle, so we reach and lengthen. And then exhale, releasing that left palm on the inside of that left foot, or you take that left elbow on your body and listen to it. Rounding it back, pinky toe mound line in. Your mat, your hips will stay stacked over one another, reaching to those right fingertips to the sky or to the top of your mat. Taking in one last deep inhale. And exhale. Going for that bound, extended side angle. Inhale, rotate that right palm and arm. Taking that gaze down to your mat, reaching underneath with that left, trying to grab that right palm. Not forcing anything. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, releasing that bind, coming into your revolved extended side angle, twisting from that waist, releasing that right palm on the inside of that left foot. Taking that left palm gaze up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach to those left fingertips, frame that foot. And exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, flipping that left palm, coming all the way back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, Trikonasana, straighten that front leg, lift up those toes, lock down your foundation. Inhale, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, come into your triangle pose. Again, paying attention to that foundation and not going beyond what your body is capable of, because you are doing a lot more than you think you are. Finding your triangle pose and taking another breath here. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, going for that bind, rotating that right palm and arm over your spine. Taking that gaze down to your mat and then reaching under. Trying to get that bind. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, releasing that bind, coming into your revolved Trikonasana, taking that right palm on the inside of that left foot. Exhale, twist it from your waist, taking that left palm gaze up to the sky. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, taking that left palm down to your mat, frame that foot, and just exhale. Inhale, coming up out of that back foot, coming out of that angle, and then slowly come into your standing splits. Again, just bring that right leg up as far as your body will allow, trying to release the crown of your head to the earth. And just come into your standing split. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, half lift, taking that right foot to the top of your mat, come to your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Planting those palms to your mat. Inhale, step that right foot back into your high plank, followed by your left. And again, just hold your high plank for a bit. Every another breath or drop to your knees. We're going to inhale, lower yourself into that cobra, come into your upward facing dog. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Fully push back into that downward dog. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 last deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, get to the top of your mat, hop, skip, flip, step, jump, preparing for that Malasana. Your heels, it's a wide leg squat, so your heels are in, toes are out. And I add this in to almost every class. It's good for your digestive system and it's a good hip opener. And I used to hate it. So keep out of your head when you come to this pose and do not force it. So stop when your body tells you to stop. So even if you're up here, that is your wide-legged squat. Appreciate that you moved your body. Coming down, maybe trying to get those elbows on the inside of your knees. Palms to your heart center. Lengthening through your spine. Maybe lift up your toes. Find your points of contact with your foot in the mat. Maybe close your eyes here and stay out of your head. Our mind is very powerful and it believes everything we feed it. Take those breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more breaths. You have this. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. If you close your eyes, you can open them. We survived. You can slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Rock back. Who cares how you get down to the mat? You can yell out, hiya. Did that for years and it totally works. So taking those legs all the way up in front of you. Flex into your feet. Again, you're bringing that awareness, have those bandhas. So again, if you've lost your bandhas or that breath, find it here. Try to that Kegel muscle, which draws your floating ribcage upwards, supporting that spine. We're activating all those little muscles in our body. On that next inhale, let's take that right foot and bring it in as close to your left thigh as you possibly can. So if it's out here or if it's up here, what I want you to do is not care. All you do is ask your body to try. You cannot force. With practice, your body opens up. So you find your right foot on the inside of there, maybe taking that right elbow on the inside of that knee. We're going to inhale, lean forward. We're working on binds. It was the theme of the evening, if you didn't notice. So now we're going to rotate that right arm and wrap it around that right leg. Again, not forcing anything. And reaching around with that's left. And we try to make a bind, a connection. Again, not forcing. So if this is it, just reach for those fingertips and you are still doing something with your body. You try to make that bind, that right palm clasp that left, opening up the shoulder, taking that gaze up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more breaths here. You have this. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale slowly. Releasing that bind. Coming all the way back up. And exhale. Inhale, taking that right foot on the outside of that left knee. So I like to teach you, see, you can leave that left leg out. Everybody's body is different how they balance, or you could take that left leg in. Find what works for you. So use that hip flexor muscle trying to bring that knee in. You can always just hug it in, or you can get that left elbow on the outside of that right knee. Bring those palms together. Inhale. And then exhale, twist from your waist, releasing that right palm behind you or in the back of your bust. Have that palm and twist from your waist. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to take our heads or gaze back into center first, protect your spine. And then exhale, release that twist. So we did half cow face the other night. You come into that, if cow face is too much. So here, if you have your leg curled under, release that right knee. You want to align your knees in cow face. So if this is too much, you release that bottom leg. You just try to align your knees. Again, not forcing anything. Taking that left palm, that left elbow, you have your right, cross it over your right, and just intertwine your arms. If this is too much, bring the outside of your palms. You don't go beyond what your body is capable of. having that peace and patience to move. Except where you come onto that mat, maybe inhale, rising those elbows up. And then exhale, point those palms out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Taking in 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take those palms back in your center, dropping those elbows down, untwining. Releasing both legs back out in front of you. Flexing through your feet, finding that foundation, that stack pose, drawing yourself all the way up. And take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. On that next inhale, bring that left foot in as close to your right thigh as you can possibly get it. Working on that bind again. So on that next inhale, you're going to draw yourself forward, keeping that left elbow on the inside of that left knee, and then rotating that left arm behind you. Reaching around with that right, that left palm, you're going to try to grab that right. Again, not forcing. And you come into your bind. You maybe open up that chest if you have that bind. Take that gaze up the sky. And take those breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Just taking 3 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale slowly. Releasing that bind. Coming all the way back up. And exhale. Inhale, take that right leg on the outside of that, or that left leg, sorry, that left foot on the outside of that right. So again, leave that right leg out or draw it in. Listen to your body. Using those hip flexor muscles, trying to draw that left knee in. You're going to take that right elbow on the outside of that left knee, taking those palms together. Inhale. On that exhale, twist from your waist, releasing that left palm behind you. Plant it into your mat. And take those breaths. Maybe on those exhales, you come into that twist just a little bit more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take your head, your gaze back into center first. And then exhale, release that twist. Coming into your cow face. Either release that right leg out in front of you or keep it and align your left knee over your right. Finding your cow face. It's a good hip opener as well. Now we're going to take that right elbow and arm out in front of us. Taking that left. So you just take that left elbow and put it on top of your right and intertwine your arms. Maybe inhale, rising those elbows up. And then exhale those palms up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Still keep that pattern rhythm of your Ujjayi breath. Taking 3 more here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take those palms back in the center, dropping your elbows down, untwining your body. Inhale, taking those legs all the way back out, reach and lengthen. And exhale. On your next inhale, let's take those feet to our mat. Still lengthening through our spine, flowing yourself down to your mat, palms out the side. You can always use your palms to help you lower down to your mat. Once you come down to that mat, inhale your knees into your chest, flex into your feet, wrap your arms around your legs. Toes are flexed. On that next inhale, release those knees into that tabletop. Palms are out the side, grounding those shoulder blades into your mat. And then on that exhale, take your knees over to that left side first. Try not to let that right shoulder blade come up, twisting your waist. Bring your knees to a mat or to a block. The integrity is keep your shoulder blades plugged into that mat. Maybe close your eyes here, taking that gaze over to your right. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Taking one last deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, take your head, your gaze back into center first, protecting your spine. Exhale, drawing those knees into your chest, flexing through your feet, wrap your arms around your legs, create that ball of energy. Inhale, point those toes all the way out, plantar flexion. And then exhale them back up for that dorsiflexion. Inhale all the way out, point your toes like you're pushing on a gas pedal. Exhale back up. One more time. Point those toes all the way out, inhale. And then exhale back up. Inhale, releasing those legs into that tabletop, palms are out the side, grounding those shoulder blades into your mat. On that exhale, take those knees over to that right side, not allowing that left shoulder blade to come up. Twisting from your waist. Possibly close your eyes here, taking that gaze over to your left as we're rounding out our practice. Still maintaining that breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Taking 3 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Taking one last deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale that gaze back into center. Exhale those knees into your chest, flex through your feet, wrap your arms around your legs, create that ball of energy. On your next inhale, reach those toes and your fingertips hovering over your mat. Maybe take that gaze behind you. And then exhale back into a ball of energy. Forehead to your knees, wrap your arms around your legs, flex through your feet. Inhale, reach and lengthen all the way out. Exhale back into your ball of energy. Inhale one more time, reach and lengthen all the way out. Exhale back into your ball. Inhale all the way out, reach and lengthen. Your palms are facing up. And then exhale slowly. Release into your mat, melts into your mat for your Shavasana. Your mind benefits from the stillness as your body benefits from that movement. Just take a few moments appreciating what you just asked your body to do. Staying here or coming into a fetal position on either side. Drawing your knees into your chest, using your opposite arm as a pillow. You can stay here or meet me at the top of your mat. Take your right leg, foot in first, followed by your left. Take your palms to your heart center. We may not have control over all the events that come into our lives. But what we do have control over is how we respond. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Surrender to what is. Let go of what was and have faith in what will be. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in every single one of you and humbly appreciate you letting me guide you in your practice. Namaste. And smile, it looks good on you.